thingy blew, and we don't know if they fixed it over the weekend. But Mr. Rosso was livid on Thursday because the thing that controls everything must have blew a fuse or blew something, which means they had to replace that piece for anything to work. You got danglies hanging off your neck.
Sorry.
You're my kangaroo.
I'm gonna pick this up too. Okay.
You know, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Why don't you square yourself up on there, because you're turned all the way over to here. You're angled on that podium.
What do you mean by?
Like
You are
straighten
angled on the
yourself out.
podium, so like you're about to step off with your left foot.
Oh.
And these things work really well if you.
Okay.
Normally, this one, they put this together backwards. Normally, the little cutout is for the stand feet, but they put the on the wrong side.
Okay.
Open that body up. Come on. So she's going in two.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
I didn't ask.
we just had a miscommunication.
Sorry.
Can you check this part of your body? You're like
Sorry.
stand there with a pot belly thing sticking out, like ugh.
Sorry.
Open. There. Look at that. You look more in command. Even open here. Remember we've talked about this.
Sorry. Okay.
7.
That was way too fast. I'm sorry.
A little bit, right? So it's finding that, and it also it's big at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yum ba bum, really big gesture for that. It encompasses the whole chorus, right? So where's your chorus? Yeah. So let's get where you're looking up to them.
Okay.
Or you can look at me if you want.
You're too close. You'd actually be like
Just kidding.
the
Yeah,
Don't
because
viola.
you're too low.
Don't
You'd
look.
be the viola. Chorus is the exit sign. You this.
Sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm just speed
What?
demon today. Ugh.
What was wrong with that?
It was too fast.
Not so much.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay.
I'd probably be somewhere around here. Because of that little thing right there.
I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh, so that's not too fast.
No, so you're maybe like 2 to 3 clicks fast. I wouldn't call it incredibly fast. It's more that you're rushing the dot. Tia ta tam instead of tia ta tam.
So then when you start, you have this in your head.
Yeah. Remember I told you I always find some spot that I know what tempo that feels like. For me, it's ba da 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 dum, right? Ba 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 bum. If you don't want that da da da, so you have to find what that is. It might be a different spot for you. It's whatever you identify with.
Okay.
Luckily for me, this one is right there off the bat. So
Alright, I'm tripping. Sorry.
go through. Bring your elbow forward. There we go. 2 beats.
Oh, I can't stand when I do that. Sorry. Ugh, okay.
Right idea. Slightly late. So that ba-da-da-da-da-dum.
Yeah.
When do you need to prep that?
The
Yum
like,
ba-dum,
three.
be-da-dee-dum.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
it
well, not
comes
three.
up here
Yeah,
with a
whatever.
2. Da-da-da-da-dum. So you're going to want to bring that left hand up. And who is it?
Oh gosh, I have the condensed version, not the bigger one.
Oh, and right there is
Sorry.
the piano score, and that's why we don't conduct from a piano score. It's the upper strings.
I have the other one too. I just, yeah, it's just annoying.
It's the upper string. So they're sitting here. So if I'm standing here where you are, it's yum ba dum ba da team bum beam ba da 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 da. I'm gonna pick her up and say that's what that is.
Okay.
And it's a big grand thing. Ja-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
I feel you.
I'm not singing, by the way. That was actually grovel and you're deaf to my voice.
We're not gonna.
If we was
do
going
it.
to tell you, we would have told on you like
It is
2 months ago.
recorded. Okay, so prep, and I want you to change first exit sign. You don't need to look down. You know those first couple measures, right? I just sang them 6 times, and I know you memorize music real fast. So ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. This, and I want you to change drastically to where you're looking.
I will try. Okay.
Open, open. Elbow forward.
No, what am I doing? That was trash. I'm sorry.
Do it again. Come on, not that again. Do it right again.
Okay.
You all know that Christina is like the most self-critical person I've ever met in my life.
Okay.
No, really did. That, yes, right idea. It was like actually 1 beat early
Oh, for real?
for that cue. Yeah,
Okay.
that cue, because you actually showed them like something to happen onto instead of hand coming up onto, and then yeah, like throw. You have a basketball in your left hand. You're just gonna throw it down. What they need in that spot to leap off of it is a really like a nice dug in downbeat, because they're not gonna watch you for anything else. They've already got the tempo, and they're gonna go da-da-da-da-da-da, right? They're gonna dig into those strings with the bow,
Makes sense.
right? So that's what you need to show them. Do it again.
Okay.
Look up.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You got it.
Elbow forward. Uh-huh. Yes, almost. But did you see how like you were hesitant in it? You're like, so you come dee da, and you're like, there it is. Instead of da ba dum be da dee bum be, it's this. So you're just like boom.
Okay.
Just do that one for me. Show me what that looks like. Stand up. Go 1, 2, 1.
Okay.
Open the body.
Okay.
1, 2, 1. Yes, but see, you're stopping here. So you're stopping this instead of 1, 2, 1. I want that hand on you to be like almost there. It's gonna be that open. Your right hand doesn't need to do that, but your left hand does. Show me.
Okay.
Elbow forward, body open.
All right. Oh, Lord. Oh, all right.
So we're going Deo and
No.
Just
that's
up.
trash.
Deo. Boom.
Yeah.
You
sorry.
can.
That's
Do
so
it with me. Ready?
Okay.
Do it with me. And Deo. Boom.
Ugh, I'll put that in my muscle memory. It's not gonna happen.
But do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
so that's one of those fun, and it really is like, dropping it. So Deo. Yada-da-da-da-da-dum, and then you have to catch them on the offbeat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yada-da-da-da-da-deem. So I'm only going 1, dee-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that in this song.
Okay, so just do it with me slow. Ready? And Deo, yada-da-da-da-da, glow. And notice I'm going chum, right? It's there because we want a really hard club to that. So breath, chum, bum, beam, bum, beat, Am I getting that right? Is that what happens
Yes,
there?
that's what happens.
Okay, so let's do the whole thing slow. And I want you to do it slow and feel what that is from the opening one time and make your body do what you want it to do.
Okay.
Open the body. Oh, there you go. And almost. So that was actually good to there. The only problem that I have is when you finish that, you went ba-da-da-da-da, and then you did this kind of up. which is not going to get them in, and it's not going to give the orchestra the ta-tam that they have, right? So because they have that entrance, so it has to be here, and then it's this way in,
I feel you.
rather than here. You'll never get a clear offbeat entrance.
Makes sense.
Right? But so it's just really opening up the body. If you would open here a little more, that would have a whole lot more power to it. Okay, one more time.
Okay.
Open, open. Command.
Okay.
No, but it's not trash by any means. It's just you. Okay, one, you did have that little double prep extra thing going on there, so you really got to, a little bit. Yeah, because you're just starting before. You're like, okay, here's my out, and now I'm gonna move. It's a subconscious thing because I think you're thinking 1, 2, but you're not frozen on 1 or on 2. So you have to be far more assertive with your first violinist. You're kind of like looking somewhere over there, and that person is right on your hip. And so you need to look at them. I mean, eye contact. So for you at this point, I want you to do it one more time. Let's find something to put on the board. It's not my keys. And I want for you to look at that when you do that cue. Okay. Make a little more space under that arm. Yeah. Yeah, that was right though. And now I told you to look at. So you have to find those kinds of changes, right? And your eyes have to precede wherever they're supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a hard-ish kind of thing to get yourself to train because your brain is still thinking and your eyes are going, where's my score? And since I took yours away, it's that. But this is one of those things where really nobody should be watching. Another thing that I do want you to clean up is the dotted rhythm, right? So you're doing a whole lot of work with the arm instead of tia ta tam, right? So we have, even if I'm with my hand, da dum, right? Ya da dum instead of da da dum. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
So when we get that, we can't just plow through it. It's yum ba bum ba ba bee bum beam bum ya da 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 team. And if you notice, as I'm going ya da pa beam. So what am I showing in one little motion like that?
Their entrance.
I'm showing the chorus, absolutely. I'm showing them where their consonant goes, but I'm showing the orchestra the ba-bum that they have.
Yeah.
Which could be a hot mess if it's not clear. Okay, because they're coming out of a triplet, right? The strings have the triplet. So to put all of the winds in that ta-ta, ta-ti, ta-ti-dum, you have to really make sure that they're, that's a very clear. So that's why I'm not thinking about the triplet. I'm thinking about the down, ba-bum. That makes sense, right?
When you say the orchestra, do you mean the below the cello and the bass, or are you talking about somewhere above?
Huh?
When you're saying, like, we're cueing the entrance for the chorus, but below, at least on my score, below them, the cello and the bass have a little note right before. If you look
way above that, so does the oboe, the clarinet, the bassoon.
Correct, okay.
Okay. So it is the entire orchestra except the upper strings.
Oh, yeah, okay. My bad.
All good. But you saw that, yes, I did mean that. I just meant everybody else as well. And that's one of those things, like, I would hope to see that kind of designation sort of marked in your score. So when I have something like that where it's everybody, right? So I would probably use my red bracketing on the beginning for the chorus. I would get my little red bracketing for the, or even left, my green, for the upper strings, and then I do what I call broken bracketing on it. So I would do that one, I would absolutely do an entire red line that runs bracket up, straight down until I hit the timpani, because they're not there, right? So down through the trombones, and then I would do the exact same line on the cello bass, and then finish the bracket, and then put something, I'd probably use a green line right in front of the chorus, so that I actually see that it's the two things happening there and that it's massive. So for me, if I see something that covers my entire score, I don't even have to think about it. I know it's at least 80 to 90% of my forces. And then that also helps me just knowing, like, I need to encompass everyone rather than just them, right? And then I might start changing what I'm thinking depending on what I wanted to hear, right? So, like, which is the tonal centers that I want brought out? Who has the part in a chord that is really important? I'm pretty sure in this one, the trombones have something that's pretty cool happening harmonically. So I might push myself towards them. And plus trombones, if they do it wrong, is going to be like,
bad.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, we really need to, really need to know who they are, right? It's like that with a lot of the brass players. You need to make sure that, because they can go off rogue. Okay, so does that all make sense? But it's out of comfort zone, right? Out of comfort zone. Okay, you gonna try this one? All right. I had a thought that if, let me turn this thing on.